Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Vidy for those who are new, and welcome for those who are returning back. Appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. But today's video, it's been come to my mind that it's time to give it a new update on this whole thing. I am just gonna pretty much do like a Q&A out of this and show you guys proof. Does it work or does it not work? So if you guys are interested to find out like tips and then stuff that's just gonna be very helpful with the washer, keep on watching as I am gonna pretty much share you guys more a little bit details that I missed on the washer. So let's get things started. Okay, so one of the questions I've been getting and been receiving is, got my computer right here, is in the video. On my last video I had with you guys, a lot of people asked me, do I use my hose on the cold in my washer? And the answer is yes, I do use that. I use my hose. It is connected to the cold washer, and from there on I connect it to the sink, and to be able to connect it there when it's filling up the water. And what it does, because I had to do some adjustments to my sink, because my sink is very different than a lot of other sinks are. It's the hose pulling out sink, so I had to do some adjustments to that, and because of that I'm able to at least fill it up on the washer. And once it's filled up, it does give it like a pressure to the hose to the sink to disconnect. And because I still need to go to the store and get a little tiny inch smaller of the smaller size, but for now it works fine. I'm pretty much around it, watching it happen. So if it does to fill up the water all the way, I could just turn off the sink and then wait for it to turn on again. Sorry, I got my phone alarm. And so the other question was, yes, you can use the washer without the hose connected to your washer. So what you need to do is what I've already told you guys in my last video. That's what I was pretty much showing you guys an example of what I was starting off before I did all the adjustments, is that I connected to my sink, and then I don't connect it to the hose. I don't connect it to the washer. The hose, I just put it on top of the washer and manually fill it up on your own desire. It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold. But do know that when you are connected one hose only to your washer, only connected to cold, let the machine know it's on cold, but you have the control of the sink as in hot and cold. So you could just, as long as you have it on cold, the hose connected to cold, washer set it up on cold, it won't affect the machine. So you could go ahead and put it on warm, hot, or cold on your sink. It won't do nothing else. Next question was, how do I avoid any errors in the machine? Because there's a lot of errors in the machine, you know. So when I've dealt with a lot of errors already, and I've been having this washer for like a couple months now. It's been a couple months, I tell you that. I've been having it since the summer, and we are already on January 2021 year. Hey, I'm happy to just dealing with this COVID, and I'm happy what is coming to us this year. But yes, I dealt with different kind of errors in a washer. There's a lot of reasons to it, because when it came to me, the first error I've encountered in is when the water wasn't filled up all the way, because I was manually filling up the water on my own at that time. And if it's still doing an error, like it makes a noise sound and it shows like an error on your time, I pretty much just pause it or turn it off, then restart it again, then pause it. While that's happening, I just keep it paused, go ahead and fill it up a little bit higher on the washer until it doesn't do that. Because it's either you put too much water or you put too little water. So I always try to keep it on a good decent little water around there where it should be. And if it's just going to tell me an error, then I just fill it a little bit higher, and then it should continue on washing your clothes. That's just one of the errors. The second error I've received in my experience is it's too much clothes. Too much clothes with water, and it's just too heavy in there, and so it's gonna give it an error that's not gonna be able to wash or spin or any of it at all. So if you take out some clothes, don't overfill it, don't squish it, because this is not a big washer. It's just a portable washer. It has only for what it's able to take. But it is such a very good washer because it always keeps me satisfied. A deep, clean washing on my clothes. They come out very nice. They come out so clean that it's just crazy things that you see when you pour out the water. Like, my man has asked me, why does it smell like rotten eggs? I'm like, well, let me tell you this. The reason why it smells like rotten eggs around in the kitchen at times is because the washer is taking out all of our sweat, all of our oils, all of our stinky feet, dirt, kids, dirty hands. I don't know what they put on their outfits and clothes. There's so much I can't even explain. I got men's, so that's what it's like having a lot of men in my house. So it gets a lot of it done. It gets all of it down to the water and then out to the drain, you know? It gets it done. So I know every time it does wash very well. As much as it has this little picky at times, you know, about all these errors, you just gotta have to find its personality, find what kind of machine this is telling me, find out why I keep getting these errors, you know? Sometimes you gotta solve things on your own to understand it. Read the manual. If you can't understand it, go back to the menu, go over the manual, what it says, and then figure out what errors you could get from the manual. And go ahead and follow the steps on what could it be on the errors. So the third error I've received was because of the spin, you know, because it just wouldn't spin at all because there was too much clothes. So you gotta take it out so it can do its spin, because you don't want to break the machine. So those are the errors I've only received out of my own experience of what I do to resolve these errors. A lot of you guys have gotten so curious how I do things when I do washing. Yes, because I know a lot of the hose don't reach to your sink for like any of the hoses sometimes, because the place that you want to set it up. You could go ahead and buy yourself a mobile mover roller for your washer so you can move it near your sink, and then you can put it back when you're done with it. There's that option. Or the other option is go to Home Depot, go to Lowe's, go ahead and find out and do the math on the measurements. Pretty much be smart about this pipes and all this going on, because then there's definitely ways to be able to make it work, to be able to reach to your washer, to your sink without moving it. So that's how I did it. I end up having to switch my washer a little bit the different sideways, how I had on my last video, so I could be able to connect it and still give it length to the washer, to the sink. Give it length to the sink, to my washer. So I didn't need it to get a longer hose because of that reason. All I needed to do is find the correct adjustments and measurements for my sink to be able to use it to connect to my hose, because it won't fit at all. And the drain hose line it's very adjustable. You could get another one at the store, you could get it custom at Home Depot, but I didn't plan on doing that at all. I mean, I still want to do that, be able to reach it, because it just needs a little bit bigger, but as everything works out, there's no issues with me. I have no problem doing it, draining into the sink and the bucket, you know. It's not that hard, you guys. If you're washing, then pay attention, you know. You're gonna be paying attention on your washing, so you can put it in the dryer too eventually, you know. Keep the other washer going. So it's not that hard to do for you guys. So a lot of people are curious of how much can you put in your washer? How much can you put in? Can you put in a comforter? Or can you put in like a king size blanket? Or can you put in how many pants, how many clothes, shirts, and all that going on can you put in? Well, I'm gonna be showing you guys a little quickly proof on how they look on the washer and of the clothes and how much you can put in there. Alright, so the blanket I have on me available to go ahead and try out. This is an old blanket, so sorry guys. But this would be more of a consider like a twin bed blanket. So it is this big. Let me show you the other's height. So it's, I think this is more of a queen size, a king size, actually I mean to say, king size. And then the one I have here is definitely a twin blanket. Excuse me. As you can see, I'm able to have it side to side of my arm. So this is considered a twin blanket. So I can show you guys. Will it fit a twin blanket? Oh, at least this. So as you can see, it would fit a twin blanket in here. I barely even put anything in there. So it's nice and soft in there. Look at that, it's already ripped. These kids took over my blanket and already ripping it. But I barely could put it in, it's already completely full. So I would say a twin would fit in fine. But will it fit in a bigger size blanket? Maybe it's like a full size blanket, so I really don't know what it is. I think it's a full size or queen size. But let's go ahead and put this one in. And it looks a bit higher, but it still would work, as the line would be right here. So it would still work, it will fit in there. You just gotta go ahead and probably put more water on your own in there to fill up to the rim. If I were to tell you guys already by just measuring and showing you guys, bigger blankets won't fit, like the queen size and king size. I'm pretty sure they won't fit then. If this is a full size and that's a twin blanket, for a thick blanket, it will only fit like a twin and full size thick blankets. But like comforters and other stuff, like towels, or those would fit fine. I think they would fit fine. And if it's something like very thin blankets, would be already fine already. And then as you can see, I've already had clothes in here. So this is what I've already had. So I had just a kid shirt, a pants, let's see, another kid pants, so that's 2 kid pants. I got my Caprice jeans in there that I had in here. I'm just gonna throw it back in here so you guys can see really quick since it's already dry. I have my kid's taller size shirt. I got my man's shirt right here. I'm already making a mess. And some socks and hats, you know, a towel, a shirt, more socks, a little jacket, a shirt. Let's see what else I got in there. A shirt, some bras, some more socks, my 3-year-old pants. It's already growing out of it now. And another shirt. And just another random shirt with some socks. And of course one of these things for your dryers. But this is what I put in. That's only I put in. And that is just like this much of before it reaches the edge of the line. So if you fill it up that much already, it'll fill it up all the way on its own to cover up your clothes. But if you decide to fill up your clothes only to the very rim to the top, it won't fill up to the rim to the top of this water, even if it stays full. Lastly, the question was, doesn't the machine fill up on its own already? Yes, it does fill up already on its own as long as it's already connected to the hose line, to the sink line. And it should be able to do it on its own. And as long as you keep the sink line sink on without having it disconnect or leakage, you know, you gotta find out what kind of sink you have. If it's the original ones, you know, they're really easy to put on. There should be no problem to keep the water on while this does the rest. The washer does the rest. I hope you guys really enjoy this video. And if you guys have any more details going on or questions you want to ask me, go ahead and let me know in the description below, and I'll be seeing you guys in another video because I am doing a Q&A video for my dryer as well. So stay tuned for that, you guys. But other than that, my name is Vidy again, and thank you guys for watching. See ya.